You know, I've told a lot of stories about Duke on this channel. Stories about film sets, about Hollywood, about the kind of man he was when the cameras weren't rolling. But this one is different. This one doesn't take place on a soundstage or a ranch or a restaurant in California. This one takes place in a war zone. And it's not about something heroic or dramatic. It's about a pencil, a piece of paper, and the kind of thing a man does when nobody's keeping score. Here is the story. Now, there's probably not a single person watching this who doesn't know about John Wayne's love and respect for the military. It ran through everything he did, his films, his public life, his private life. He carried a deep admiration for the men who served and an even deeper sense of personal debt. Wayne never served in uniform himself during the Second World War, and those who knew him well said it was the one thing that stayed with him for the rest of his life. Not guilt, exactly, more like unfinished business. So when the opportunity came, in the summer of 1966, to travel to Vietnam and spend time with the troops, Wayne didn't think twice. The U.S. Department of Defense, working alongside the USO's Hollywood Overseas Committee, sponsored the visit. Wayne was 59 years old. The studio didn't want him to go. His insurance company called it a liability. But Wayne had made up his mind. He arrived in June of '66, and he stayed for 3 weeks. Not 3 days. Not a weekend photo opportunity. 3 full weeks. He visited all 4 combat zones in the country. He moved from base to base, from forward positions to field hospitals, sleeping where the soldiers slept, eating what the soldiers ate. He didn't give formal speeches. He didn't stand on a stage. He just sat down with the men, listened to their stories, and told his own. Before we go any further, I have a quick favor to ask. These stories about the Duke aren't getting pushed by the algorithm the way they used to. We're a small channel, and every single like and comment you leave genuinely helps these videos reach people who care about this kind of history. If you've been watching for a while and haven't subscribed yet, now's the time. 2 seconds is all it takes. All right, let's keep going. The soldiers didn't know what to expect when they heard John Wayne was coming. Some of them thought it was a joke. Others figured he'd show up, shake a few officers' hands, pose for a couple of photographs, and fly out before dinner. That's what most celebrities did. Wayne didn't do that. From his very first day, he walked straight to wherever the enlisted men were. He sat with them. He asked them real questions: where they were from, how long they'd been in country, what they missed most about home. He didn't talk at them. He talked with them. And when a soldier wanted to talk, Wayne listened, really listened, the way a father listens to his son when the boy finally has something important to say. He signed anything they put in front of him: helmets, photographs, canteen cups, whatever they had. When soldiers thanked him for coming, he always said the same thing: "You don't thank me, I thank you." Some of the men cried when they met him, not because he was a movie star, because he felt like home. He felt like the America they remembered, the one they were fighting for. And for a few minutes, standing next to John Wayne, the war felt very far away. By the end of his first week, the troops weren't treating Wayne like a celebrity anymore. They were treating him like one of their own. And Wayne, you could see it in every photograph taken during that trip, was exactly where he wanted to be. Now, this story takes place during Wayne's second stop, the second of the 4 combat zones he visited. He'd been in country for about a week by this point. The novelty of his arrival had settled into something more comfortable. The soldiers at this base had already spent 2 days with him. They'd heard his jokes, listened to his stories, watched him walk through their barracks and mess halls like he belonged there. The initial excitement had given way to something quieter, something real. It's the evening of his second day at this particular base. The heat has finally broken. The sun is going down, and the air has that heavy, wet quality that hangs over everything in Vietnam after dark. Most of the soldiers are in the mess area, a long, open-sided structure with metal tables and benches. The mood is loose. Men are eating, talking, laughing. Wayne is at a table near the center, surrounded by a small group. Someone is telling him a story. Wayne is leaning in, smiling, asking follow-up questions. And then he sees him. At the far end of a table, sitting alone, a young soldier is hunched over a piece of paper. He's holding a pencil the way you hold something that doesn't feel natural in your hand, too tight, too careful. He writes a word, stops, crosses it out, writes another, stops again. He puts the pencil down, picks it up, puts it down. Nobody else notices. The mess area is loud. Everyone is still caught up in the warmth of Wayne's company. But Wayne has stopped listening to the story being told. His eyes are on the kid in the corner. He watches for a full minute, then another. His name is Marcus James Belfield, 21 years old, born and raised in Macon, Georgia, on a street where the porches sagged and the screen doors never closed right. His father was a carpenter, not the kind with a shop and a sign out front, the kind who drove a beat-up truck from job to job, showed up at sunrise, and didn't leave until the work was done. Marcus grew up at his father's hip. By the time he was 10, he could hand his daddy the right nail without being asked. By 12, he could frame a window. By 15, he could build a cabinet from raw pine and make it look like it came from a catalog. School was different. Marcus could read, slowly, and he could sign his name, but anything longer than a few sentences was a battle. His hands could shape wood into anything you wanted, but a pencil wasn't a chisel. Words on a page weren't boards that fit together when you cut them right. It wasn't that he was slow. He just never found the trick of it. He married young, 18. Her name was Della. She worked at the laundry down on Oak Street. She had a way of laughing that could make you forget every bad thing that happened that day. She was the first person in Marcus's life who never once made him feel small about the things he couldn't do. When he struggled with a form or a letter, she didn't take it from his hands. She sat beside him and waited. That's the kind of woman Della was. When the draft notice came in the spring of '65, Marcus didn't say much. He read it, slowly, carefully, folded it, put it in his back pocket, and finished the shelf he was building. That night he sat on the porch steps with Della. The crickets were loud, the street was empty. He told her. She didn't cry, not in front of him. She held his hand and said, "You come back to me, Marcus Belfield. You hear?" He heard her. He's been in Vietnam for 9 months now. He has sent 4 letters home, all of them short, all of them the same 3 lines, because those are the only lines he can get right. "I'm okay. I miss you. I love you." Tonight, he wants to say more. He doesn't know what exactly. He just knows that 9 months of "I'm okay" isn't enough. Della deserves to hear what he feels when he thinks about her at night. What her voice does to him when he remembers it. What it means to carry her photograph in his pocket through a place like this. But the words won't come. They never do. He picks up the pencil again. Wayne excuses himself from the table, doesn't explain, just stands up, gives the men a nod, and walks, slowly, casually, across the mess area. He pulls out the chair across from Marcus, sits down. Marcus looks up. His eyes go wide. John Wayne is sitting 3 feet from him. "Hey," Wayne says, "mind some company?" Marcus shakes his head. He can't speak. Wayne doesn't look at the paper, not directly. He just sits there for a moment, settling into the chair, looking around the mess area like he's in no hurry to be anywhere else. "Riding home?" he asks. Easy, like it's nothing. Marcus swallows. "Trying to, sir." "Who's it for?" "My wife, Della." "How long you been married?" 3 years. Wayne nods slowly. "You miss her?" "Every day, sir. Every single day." A pause. Wayne lets the silence sit. Then he glances at the paper. One crossed out line. A blank page waiting. "I'll tell you something, Marcus. I've made over 150 films, given more speeches and interviews than I can count, said a lot of words in front of a lot of people." He leans back. "But the hardest thing I've ever had to do is put what I feel onto a piece of paper. That's not a weakness. That's just what happens when a man's heart is bigger than his vocabulary. Marcus almost smiles. Wayne leans forward. How about this? You talk, I'll write. I've got decent handwriting and nowhere to be. Marcus stares at him. You'd do that? I'd consider it an honor. Wayne turns to the soldiers nearby, lifts a hand, doesn't raise his voice. Fellas, give us about 5 minutes, will you? Private matter. The soldiers nod and step away. A quiet circle opens around the table. Wayne picks up the pencil, smooths a clean sheet of paper, looks at Marcus. Start wherever feels right. Marcus stares at the table. His hands are clasped together. For a long time, he says nothing. Then, quietly, Tell her I think about her. Every night. Wayne writes, My dearest Della, when the sun goes down over here and everything finally goes quiet, you're the only thing on my mind. Every single night. Without fail. He reads it back. Marcus blinks. I didn't say all that. No, Wayne says. But that's what you meant. Am I wrong? A pause. No, sir. That's exactly what I meant. They continue. Marcus speaks in short, plain sentences. Wayne listens to each one, thinks for a moment, then writes, turning simple words into the kind of letter a woman keeps in a drawer for the rest of her life. Marcus says, Tell her the food's terrible, but I'm eating. Wayne writes, The food here won't win any prizes, sweetheart, but I clean my plate every night because I made you a promise to come home in one piece, and that starts with eating every meal. Marcus says, Tell her I still have her picture. Wayne writes, I carry your photograph in my breast pocket, right over my heart. The edges are worn soft by now from all the times I've taken it out just to see your face. Some of the boys tease me about it. I let them. They don't have what I have. Marcus is quiet for a long time before the next one. When he speaks, his voice is lower. Tell her, I get scared sometimes, but I'm coming home. Wayne stops writing. He looks at Marcus across the table. Something passes between them, the kind of understanding that exists between men who don't need it explained. Wayne writes, There are days here that test a man in ways I won't describe, because you don't need those pictures in your head. But I want you to know one thing, Della. I decided I was coming home to you the day I left that porch, and I have not changed my mind. When Wayne reads it back, Marcus's eyes are wet. He doesn't wipe them, he just nods. Yeah, he whispers. That's right. Wayne folds the letter carefully. Then he looks around and spots the military photographer, the man who's been documenting Wayne's visit all week. Hey, come here a minute. The photographer walks over with his camera. Take our picture, right here, just as we are. No posing, no standing up, just two men sitting across from each other at a mess hall table, a folded letter between them. Wayne doesn't smile for the camera. He just looks at Marcus and gives him a nod. The shutter clicks. When the photograph comes back, Wayne turns it over, pulls out his pen, writes on the back, To Della, your husband is one of the finest men I've ever had the honor of meeting, John Wayne. He slides the photograph into the envelope alongside the letter, seals it, hands it to Marcus with both hands. You make sure this gets mailed tonight. Marcus holds the envelope the way you hold something that might break. He doesn't say thank you. He doesn't need to. The way he holds that letter says everything. Marcus Belfield served out the rest of his tour, 13 months in total. He came home to Macon, Georgia in the summer of '67. Della was standing on the front porch when the bus pulled up at the end of their street. She was wearing the yellow dress, the one from their first date. She hadn't worn it since the day he left. She ran to him. He caught her. Neither one of them said a word for a very long time. Inside the house, framed on the wall above the kitchen table, was the photograph. Two men at a table, one famous, one not. The letter, in John Wayne's handwriting, was in the drawer below. In the spring of 1968, Della gave birth to a boy. 7 pounds, 4 ounces, strong lungs, his daddy's hands. They named him John Marion, John, for the man who sat down when he didn't have to. Marion, for the name that man was born with, before the world called him Duke. Marcus didn't tell his son the full story until the boy was old enough to understand it. But when he did, when he sat him down and explained why he carried that name, he said this: "There are men who do good things because people are watching, and there are men who do good things because that's just who they are. The man you're named after, nobody was watching. No cameras, no reporters, just a mess hall and a piece of paper. And he treated me like I was the most important person in that room." You know, not every story needs a dramatic ending. Some of the most powerful things that ever happened between two people took place in 5 minutes at a table nobody remembers, in a room that doesn't exist anymore, in a country that most of these boys just wanted to come home from. Wayne could have stayed at his table that night. He could have kept telling stories and signing helmets and being the movie star everyone expected him to be. Nobody would have blamed him. Nobody would have even noticed. But he noticed Marcus, and he got up, and he sat down, and that was enough. If you're out there, John, if by some chance you're watching this, a man in his late 50s now, with your father's hands and a name that carries more weight than most people will ever know, this one was for you. And to the rest of you, leave a comment. Tell me what this one made you think about. Share it with someone who needs to hear it. I read every single one. They don't make men like John Wayne anymore.